So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Saturday Guardian. This is the ultimate day of the week for us. Sunday is the off day for the Guardian Quick Crossword, but it is fine. And today, though, we are doing Les Arômes de France, and this is just a really remarkable wine. I saw it. I loved the bottle. I loved the artwork. I loved the design on the label. I love the foil top. Everything about it was just jumping off at me. This is a wine that was less than 12 euros. So in British pounds, 50 pence. I mean, the exchange rate's so high there, right? I got 10 pounds sterling. Oh, that means I got roughly 1.2 million US dollars kind of a thing. But this is a fabulous, fabulous wine. And I can tell you right now on the nose, I mean, I've got black fruits, I got some red fruits, but I was just commenting on this on the New York Times grid earlier. By the way, you want to see a challenging grid for a Saturday, check out today's New York Times. It should post right before this one does, so you should be able to find it pretty easily. But that was no joke of a grid, but it was an awful lot of fun, and it was a real pleasure to solve. But this one, what really brings it out in my nose, both on the nose and on the palate, it's not that it's more tannin than soft. It's not that it's more acid. It's got great qualities, but what it reminds me of is dried fruit. It's got like this raisin. This dried raisin, dried grape, raisin, taste, smell, existence here. But more than anything, it reminds me of the apricots that my grandmother, my little German Oma, would pick off of her tree every summer. She sliced them into like 1/4-inch slices, remove the pit, of course, and put them in the oven for like maybe 150 degrees for like 10 minutes at a time. Bring them out for 10, in for 10, out for 10, in for 10, out for 10, kind of a thing, over and over all day long. No sugar, no salt, nothing. Maybe a little bit of lemon juice that she would sprinkle on top of them. But anyway, she would dehydrate them so slowly like that. And I don't remember her exact technique, and I'd give anything if I could ask her again how she did those. But it reminds me so much of that essence. It is just... And it sat in the back of the car on the way home today. Yes, I had to drive today. I hate that. But it meant I got to go to the really big wine store. And I'm so glad I did. So, fantastic wine. Get a chance to do that. Wind down with me on it. Otherwise, just grab whatever you got in your closet, in the cabinet, on top of the table next to you, whatever. Let's just jump in and take a sip and wind down on this grid. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's see what we got today. So, again, I don't ever have a clue as to who wrote this. All I know is from reading The Guardian and reading through the notes in the discussion below, it's just the setter. So whoever the setter was, I just always say my compliments to the setter. And I'm thinking, it's exciting. It's a Saturday. Let's see what we got today. What does the setter have in store for us today? Carefully with that mouse and move away. Okay, so share one's amatory exploits with the media, 434. Oh, I can think of a couple of things. We'll probably hold off for just a bit, see what else we can get here. Maker of mischief at 3, going with the imp. Almost always an imp, isn't it? Or an impish tiddling, right? Expression of defiance. Oh my gosh. I mean, if that were like a 232, I'd say, so sue me, but I don't know. Member of a Nilo-Saharan ethnic group, 6. Is this a B? Well thought of. Yeah, it could be. It could be reputable. Reputable, because I think these may be, this may be a Nubian. So now what we got? I don't know yet. Let's see. One could be off or on. Okay. Army chaplain, be a padre. Heterogeneous, heterogeneous, depending on your pronunciation. Method. I don't know. Expression of defiance. Maybe so there. Okay. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't know yet. It sure seems like I should, though. Jam maker. Jam maker. Oh, I have no idea. Reproductive cells at 3 could be ova. Devastated at 11. Well, heterogeneous looks like it could be disparate. And if that's the case, I don't know. Honestly, talent. Jam maker. This is going to be a tough Saturday grid. I can see already. I don't know if these things are going to come to me or not. Sacred Egyptian symbol, sacred ancient Egyptian symbol, and I'm 6 letters. I'm always going to have to just go with a scarab because that is, you couldn't get much more sacred than that to them, right? So a jam maker. Method. One could be off or on. It's just driving me nuts. I know I can see the word, but I can't. Like, I know it should fit in here perfectly. And a method, I mean, maybe a system. It doesn't feel too great. Just putting that in there, though, you know. Jam maker. And, oh, maybe this is a preposition. That's clever. Oh, that is so very clever. If that's right. Jam maker. Gosh, no idea. And talent at 5. I don't know. Jet, say. Okay, that B helps. I think we might be talking about heartbroken. And talent. No, this jam maker is just totally slipping me 100%. Cleaning product. Someone who generates a great deal of interest, (6). Bottomless pit could be an abyss. That's a gimme, I know, but I gotta take what I can get. So encouraged to do wrong, 3 and 6, maybe led astray. So does this help any? Not really. Performer. Post on X could be to tweet. So I guess a performer could be an artiste. And polymer composed of nucleotides. Well, it's the nucleotides that give away DNA. I hope I'm not wrong, but that by definition DNA. It could be something else too. I don't know. Unwelcome guest. Ah, good Lord. Oh, how about a usurer? So an unwelcomed guest could be a gate crasher. I've heard the term often. I've used it, but I think more often than not in the U.S. you're going to hear Yank speak of party crashers versus gate crashers. Pub offering could be ale. So a cleaning product could be shampoo. I mean, it cleans your hair. Those of you lucky enough to have it. And I guess jet, say, 9 could be an aeroplane. And very nice. Now I got to deal with some of these that I'm not so sure of. Okay. I thought this might have been something completely different, but I did consider this a while ago. This is true. Kiss and tell. Got it. I thought it might have something to do with make and then a certain kind of recording. Because make and then 3 and 4. So 4, 3, 4. It would have worked, and I figured very modern, but probably not in The Guardian. But that certainly is the kind of thing that would show up in the New York Times for sure. Talent. And then we've got this jam maker. Jam maker. You know, honestly, this is the craziest thing. A jam maker. I'm trying to think of it as some sort of like an aspect that they would use, but I don't think so. No, I mean, it is just absolutely not coming to me whatsoever in talent. So you've got a talent, you know, you've got a gift, you know, you've got, you know, a strength, you know, no, man, it's just not absolutely coming to me. And I don't think that these are necessarily even words that are going to be specifically Britishese, right? You know, this isn't going to be some sort of jargon that I can only expect in some Cockney or, you know, North Country accent. No, I mean, I really do feel like traffic. That's what I was looking for, like traffic. So now, talent. See, this is what I'm talking about. Flair. Whew, I was about to give it up. I mean, I probably didn't get everything right anyway, so I'm more than likely going to get the Yank slap. My word, Yank slap, bam, give me the credit, please. Start spreading it around, Yank slap. And then say, yeah, Christopher.combest, he came up with it on his fascinating channel called Wind Down with Christopher in the New York Times Crossword. If you don't mind, just spread it around. I would like to be in the OED new entries list by next year, if you don't mind. Again, this is a fabulous wine, but it will turn you into a living, breathing example of Bluetooth. I'm sure of it. I can only imagine. I can't see myself right now, but I'm sure my teeth are solid blue from this wine. It is so rich, and it is amazing. Okay, moment of truth. I can only blow this off so long. You know, you want to talk about something else besides me checking my grid? Check all. Got to do it a few times. Please let me know if you see where I got something wrong. I'm not seeing it right now, but I could just be blinded by hopeful Wyndham. But nevertheless, I think I got a W out of the day. So no Yank slap for Christopher today. But what a really, really challenging grid. And again, there's just not a whole lot to track yourselves off of. But for me here, when I got to when traffic finally hit me, that F and, you know, down with the R and the A that I had, all I needed to do was just come in for a flair. I had to have a flair for something, have a talent for something. But I mean, you really do rely on these few and far between intersections, right, of the ups and downs on these crosses. It's such an amazing grid. Okay, to the setter. Well done, sir, ma'am, sir, not sure. But you have a flair for grid construction. Out with the old, in with the new. And with that, I have no more blue teeth making serum, but I can say this much. Thank you all so very much for everything you do to support the channel. Liking, subscribing, the comments, they mean the world to me. Thank you. Until we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves, be great to your friends and neighbors, and your family, of course. Be especially kind to the person behind you in the queue. We will see you tomorrow. See you on Monday. Tomorrow is a day off, but please do join us for the Sunday grid on the New York Times. Cheers. Take care.